Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we re-diving into a question I get asked all the time. Just how far can a 48 volts 20 a battery really take you? Forget the lab specs and ideal conditions. We're talking real-world testing with hills, stops and starts, and all the things you actually encounter on a ride. So, a little backstory. I recently upgraded my e-bike from the stock battery to this new 48 volt 20 amp-hour powerhouse. The original battery was fine, but I was always looking for that extra range. That little bit of freedom to explore further without getting range anxiety. You know that feeling, right? Constantly checking the battery indicator, wondering if you'll make it home. I wanted to eliminate that. The promise of a 20Ah battery is huge. On paper, it has a capacity of 960 watt-hours. That's a serious amount of juice. To put it into perspective, many standard e-bike batteries are around 10 to 14 amp-hours, so this is a significant step up. But what does that translate to in actual miles on the road? That's what we're here to find out. For today's test, I've planned a route that's a mix of everything. We'll have some flat, easy cruising bike paths, some typical suburban streets with stop signs, and even a few challenging hills to really put this battery to the test. I'm about 180 pounds, and I'll be using a combination of pedal assist levels, mostly sticking to level 2 and 3, which is how I normally ride. I won't be hypermiling or trying to set a record. The goal is to simulate a realistic, enjoyable ride. Before we set off, let's make sure everything is ready. The battery is fully charged, showing 100%. I've checked the tire pressure, which is super important for getting good range. And I've got my trusty GPS tracker ready to log every single mile. The weather is pretty much perfect, around 70 degrees with a light breeze. Let's do this. All right, we're off. Right away on these flat paths, the bike feels fantastic. I'm cruising comfortably at about 15 to 18 miles per hour on pedal assist level 2. The motor is barely working and the power delivery is smooth. It's just effortless. This is the kind of riding where you can just relax and enjoy the scenery. We've already knocked out the first 5 miles, and the battery indicator hasn't even budged from full. This is a great start. Now we're entering the suburban part of the ride. This means more starting and stopping at intersections. Every time you accelerate from a standstill, it draws a significant amount of power from the battery. This is where smaller batteries really start to show their weakness. I'm making a conscious effort to ride normally, not accelerating too hard, but also not being overly gentle. We're about 15 miles in now, and I'm just starting to see the first bar on the battery display drop. So far, so good. The performance is rock solid. Okay, here comes the first real challenge, the big hill on Oak Street. This isn't a mountain, but it's a long, steady incline that always used to drain my old battery. I'm kicking it up to pedal assist level 4 just to maintain a decent speed without killing my legs. You can hear the motor working a bit harder now. This is a true test of the battery's ability to deliver sustained power. And we made it to the top. Let's check the stats. That climb definitely used a bit more juice, but the voltage is holding up really well. No significant sag, which is a sign of a quality battery pack. We're hitting the 25-mile mark. 25 miles, and we're still showing over half the battery capacity left. I'm honestly impressed. At this point with my old battery, I would definitely be thinking about turning back. But with this setup, I feel like I could just keep going. This is what I mean by freedom. I can decide to take a detour, explore a new path, and not worry about being stranded. Let's talk a bit about how riding style affects range. If I were to use only the throttle or ride constantly on the highest pedal assist level, my range would be significantly lower. Conversely, if I stayed in a low assist level and put in more of my own effort, I could stretch this range even further. The terrain also plays a huge role. Riding in a flat city will get you much farther than a hilly countryside. So, when you see a manufacturer claim a range of up to 80 miles, you have to take that with a grain of salt. It all depends on these factors. We're cruising along the riverfront now. It's beautiful out here. We just passed 35 miles. Can you believe it? The battery is just now dipping below the 50% mark on my display. The consistency is what's blowing me away. There's been no noticeable drop-off in power or performance as the battery has discharged. The bike feels just as punchy and responsive as it did at the start of the ride. I'm starting to feel it a little in my legs, but the bike is still going strong. We are now at 45 miles. 45. And the low battery indicator just started flashing. This is usually the point where the bike's controller might start to limit the power output to conserve the remaining energy. But honestly, I'm not feeling much of a difference yet. There's still enough power to get me up these smaller inclines without a problem. Okay, I think I'm going to start heading back towards home. I don't want to run it completely dry and have to pedal this whole thing back unassisted. The journey back is mostly flat, so it shouldn't be too demanding. It's incredible to think I've been out for hours, covered this much ground, and still have power to spare. This upgrade has completely transformed my riding experience, and we're back. I pulled into my driveway, and let's look at the final numbers on the GPS. Total distance, 54.6 miles. Wow, just wow. 54.6 miles on a single charge, with a route that included hills, city streets, and plenty of stops and starts. And there was still a little bit of juice left in the tank. I probably could have pushed it to 56 or 57 miles before it completely died. So, to answer the big question, how far can a 48 volts 20 a battery take you? Based on my real-world test for a rider of my weight and riding style, you can realistically expect to get over 50 miles of mixed terrain riding. If you're lighter, you stick to flat ground and low pedal assist, you could easily see 60, maybe even 70 miles. If you rely heavily on the throttle and tackle a lot of hills, your range might be closer to 40 miles. For me, this is a total game changer. A 50-plus mile range means I can run errands all over town, go for long recreational rides on the weekend, or even commute to work and back a few times without needing to recharge every single day. The investment in a larger, high-quality battery has been absolutely worth it. It's unlocked a new level of freedom and reliability for my e-bike. If you're considering an e-bike battery upgrade and wondering if it's worth it, I hope this real-world test gives you a much clearer picture of what you can expect. It's one of the best upgrades you can make. That's all for today's video. What's the longest ride you've ever done on your e-bike? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this test helpful, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more e-bike content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next ride.